remember that movie, Field of Dreams, with Kevin Costner playing Ray. He kept hearing a voice saying, "If you built it, he will come." And he couldn't understand. Well, first he couldn't understand where it was coming from, but it was coming from his cornfield. And the more he really put his mind into it, he started thinking about baseball. And of course, he started thinking about his dad. So he went ahead and tore up, half of his cornfield and made a baseball diamond field. And because he grew up loving baseball, and his dad back in the days, he was trying to make it into the pros, but he never did, make it. Just there's a lot of ball players, people who from Pee Wee football all the way maybe up to college, people try to make it playing professional ball, but just didn't make it for some reason. They didn't get drafted, or they just didn't make the team, or there was some kind of physical injury that held them back. Excuse me. Just like me, I had a shot to go to Europe to play professional soccer, but I got that famous phone call. Back then, my wife was my girlfriend, saying, "Hey, I'm pregnant," so I decided not to go. Now, what happened if I did win? Will I have the opportunity to see my son? I don't know. So I decided to stay and start a family. Well, Ray, when you get to that certain age and everything, all of a sudden you think you're so macho man and all that stuff, and you start think you're better than your dad and all that. And so, when he got his teenage years, he told his dad to take a hike and everything, and he left. Of course, years later, his dad passed away, and Ray wanted to come back and apologize to his dad, but it was already too late. He already passed away. So that was something that, and he never did play catch with him. He never played catch with his dad, and he regretted, those moments. Life is so precious. Every moment, every second is so precious. It's so important. You need to spend with those people who are special to you, instead of just, tomorrow. Well, tomorrow will not be here for that special person in your life. And so Ray built a baseball field. And of course, if you have seen the story and everything, like I said, back in 2014, marked 25 years anniversary of the film being made. But here's the thing. Today, a lot of people still go to that field and pay the $20 or whatever it is today and just throw the baseball. Father, son, or father and daughter, or daughter and mother, whatever. They're out there just throwing the baseball around, having a picnic, and enjoying it. Especially late in the afternoon when things start cooling down and everything, you begin to hear the crickets and everything. And you just, summertime, and you just really having that great moment with your loved ones. And so anyway, the story goes on that he takes off. He has to do some traveling, and he's looking for answers. But it still comes back. If you build it, he will come. And he still don't understand. Now, of course, he brings some people home with him, and when he get back home, of course, you see all these ghosts, of baseball players playing out at the baseball field and everything, and guys who just want to have that one more shot of playing, that one more shot at throwing the baseball or hitting the bat, hearing the crack of the bat when the ball hits the baseball bat. And the runners run around base, and just feel the ball in your glove when you catch it and everything. And like Earl Jones was saying, if you built it, people will come because people want to remember history. People want to remember when they were young and how they felt just going wild and having a good time. I remember back in the days, you can be outside in the porch and all the neighbors were doing the same thing. Kids were playing out no matter what time, 9, 10, 11, 1 o'clock in the morning. Under the spotlight, playing whatever, soccer, football, or, just having a good time. Nothing to worry about. Now, of course, today, you can't really do that because you don't know who's going to drive by and start shooting at somebody. But back in the days, there was no worries. You can sleep with the doors open. You can sleep with the windows wide open. I know. I used to sleep, my two brothers and I used to sleep in one room. And my older brother slept next to a window, and I slept next to a window with a window up. And sometimes my neighbor next door, the little boy I play with sometimes, he has his window up, and we're just talking away until finally somebody say, "Be quiet, shut the window or something, shut it, it's time to sleep." And there was no worries about that. And it was just a lot of fun. But anyway, of course, we get older and everything. We get busy doing our own thing, work and trying to pay the bills and, the mortgage, the car note or whatever. And, times have changed. Like this one comedian said, some of y'all 20, 30-year-old people probably don't remember the phone that had a rotor or spin